Hey everyone, it's Clint. Welcome to Sweetcast. We're going to be looking at Jason Brubaker's Phobos, nice hardcover book, while we talk about talent. Uh, this is not really a reaction video. It's kind of, yeah, I heard your boy Zach do a video the other day about being talented, and if you're not talented, don't work in comics. Get the heck out of here. And so I wanted to, I don't know, basically talk about talent and comics and what that actually means. And I think I kind of disagree with him, but who knows? Anyway, so we're gonna talk about that. Don't forget to check out Downcast #2 from Alterna Comics. You can get that right now on alternaaccess.com. I'm expecting comps in my book soon, so if you want a signed copy, you can also pick that up at sweetcomicshop.com, but not yet. I'm going to let Alterna get the boost first, and then we'll have signed copies on my website. Downcast 3 is in printing process. I'll let you know how that goes, but we are in printing process. The ball's out of my court. Fatal is being drawn. Charlie's working on it. Actually, he's been working really hard on it, so it's been great to see some progress. All right, so we're going to pull out this hardcover from Jason Brubaker, which is I think, what's the word? It's appropriate because I've heard Jason Brubaker talk about talent in comics as well. It's kind of hard to take this off whilst recording because the camera is in the way. There we go. So talent versus ability, I guess. Like what makes it so you're good at doing comics, or you should be doing comics, you're good enough to be doing comics. The reality is, and I've heard many people say this is absolutely true, it's that you're not going to just be born to be the greatest comic book artist or writer. You're not going to be 100% pure talent. That's not how it works. Even some of the most talented people, and I would think like, just getting off my memory here, people that are very talented with comics, like Michael Turner would be one that I could think of. Oh, look at that. I get a sketch. Michael Turner is one example. I heard he just improved so fast, so good, so fast. I think that's what they said about Michael Turner. And it kind of goes to show that he still didn't start out as good. It was Mark Silvestri that was saying that Michael Turner started out and, it just didn't look good. Like his buildings looked like a loaf of bread. And then he gave him a book, a reference book, and he said, here, work from this. And then he started to understand. He drew like a really great building. Like that's just one story. But my point is that talent is going to get you a little bit of an edge. But like a lot of artists say, I think Donald DeLay is a good example. He's told me that the reason why he's so good is because drawing is a skill, and it's a skill that he has acquired through a lot of patience and practice and determination. It's because he cares about it more than you do. He's worked on it more than you do, unless of course you're, as good or better of an artist as Donald DeLay is. That's just one example. I've heard Jason Brubaker say that it's an obsession. You have to be obsessed to get good at it. It's just that he's more obsessed than you are. I think this is exactly the same with writing. I don't know why it is that there's such a misconception about writing comics, that you're just born good at writing, and that, oh, you like comics, therefore you're going to be a good writer, or you're good at dissecting comics, therefore you're going to be a good writer. Now you might even have some natural talent, but what makes you become a good writer is writing comics. It's writing, the process of writing and improving your skill, improving your craft. If you're doing that, then you're going to improve. So here's the question then. Here's a question. If you are untalented, if you are terrible at making comics, you haven't made a comic in your life, maybe you have no experience, but you want to work in comics, you're going to have to first make comics for free because you need the experience. That's just it's a fact. If you're getting your first job doing anything in comics and you're doing it and you're getting paid, that's amazing. I mean, awesome job. I know, like with all the crowdfunding and everything, again, the perception is false that your first time writing anything, you're going to get paid. I just don't think that that's true for the most part, unless you're very, very lucky. Most writers that are doing crowdfunding campaigns have written something before. They've written something for free already. And if they haven't, I don't have to wonder how long their career writing comics will go. So I think it's such a roadblock for people that they think I'm not talented enough, therefore I can't work in comics. Like, it's something you have to have already, but you work on it. You make comics. Does that mean that you're going to get paid doing it? Initially, no. Eventually, that's the goal, though. Let's like further down the line. The goal is that you'll get better. What a great page! I like that. Frankenstein. He's got all these arms sticking out of him, busting out of the seams. That's pretty cool. So, at what point does the free market decide if you are good enough to continue working in comics? I think that's a different matter altogether. I think that there are talented people working in comics, but they've proven that they're not marketable enough. Maybe they're not good at marketing enough. Maybe they're not as talented at making material that has mass appeal, or maybe their talent has a ceiling. Maybe they're not really going to stand out with the competition of against other professionals. So that could also be the case. But who's going to decide that? Ultimately, I guess it's your pocketbook. Like, how can you afford to keep making comic books if people are not buying them anymore, I suppose. Anyway, so I think talent is a loaded word. I think it means less than we make it out to mean. I think a lot of this can be planned. You can make good decisions with books that you make. You can make good decisions with creative teams that you work with. And you can make good decisions with your own professional development. If you want to become a notable, good writer, then yeah, you got to be writing and producing comics, but you should also be watching lectures on writing. You should be also dissecting all sorts of storytelling to improve your skill. You should be writing scripts and pages that you're going to throw away. You should be getting an editor to look at your work and give you advice and feedback. There's so much you can do to improve your writing that is beyond talent. It has nothing to do with talent. It has everything to do with your work ethic. And, maybe you could say, well, but if you're truly untalented, you'll never get there. But I'll tell you this, you're guaranteed to reach your potential if you work for it versus not working for it. If you're relying on your talent or anything else other than work ethic alone, that has a ceiling. You're going to stop improving. But if you're working, at least you're going to hit the roof of your talent. So you might as well work on your craft and do those things that are really just decisions and they're less about skill. So thanks so much for watching this video. I want to know what you think about talent and what do you need it to make comics? Do you have to be working at full-time in comics to be considered talented? Or does the word talented not even matter? You're just making cool comics. If people like them, they like them. If they don't, they don't. And, that's the end of it. So let me know what you think below. Don't forget to check out Downcast issue number 2 on Alterna Comics. And I've got lots of other comic books coming. So can't wait to get these shipped out. And we're going to move on to some other things in the future. I think maybe inspired a little bit by this. But yeah, Dracula, it's coming, okay? We're going to get to it. But in the meantime, I got to get these books shipped out. So thanks so much. See you in the next video.